We're joined today by Lauren Bennett, CEO of Omega Oil and Gas. Lauren, thanks for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Newly listed, raised $15 million less than 12 months ago. Successful listing?
Oh yeah, extremely successful. In quite a difficult market, we were extremely happy with the result and extremely happy with the response that we got from our existing shareholders, but from the broader market.
Fast forward to today, you've raised $20.4 million in recent weeks. At a time when not a lot of money is being raised in the oil and gas sector, clearly your assets are gaining attention.
Yeah, and that's definitely what we're seeing. I can't understate how difficult it was to raise that amount of capital. $21.4 million in this climate, as many can attest to, has been a challenge, but we're benefited by having quite a strong registry, quite a tight registry. We can call on the support of the Flannery family, who have been extremely successful more broadly in the resources space, and TriStar Group, who are very well respected in the oil and gas sector as having been, amongst other things, the first company to to drill the first commercial CSG well in Queensland. So having these two groups with exploration in their DNA and with sound business nous also in their DNA has been, I think, sets us apart as a listed junior, particularly as we look to embark in this next bold phase of our appraisal program.
Talking about the assets, Southeast Queensland, clearly exciting. Why are they so exciting?
Various reasons. I could talk chapter and verse about why I personally think they're exciting, but I'll leave you with a couple of takeaways. So firstly, Omega Oil and Gas is entering the market as a listed junior with a vast gas resource at a time when the East Coast is crying out for a new project to look to bridge that widening supply and demand gap. Our prospective resources over our exploration acreage is somewhere in the order of 3 TCF, so 3 trillion cubic feet of gas, with an associated liquids component of over 230 odd million barrels of associated liquids. So just on those numbers alone, you can see why looking at the scale and where that scale can be put to good use and deployed at some point in the near term in this market, in this climate, it can be extremely exciting. Omega Oil and Gas is also situated in a basin that is proximal to critical gas infrastructure. So we've got access to existing pipelines, access to mature offtake markets, and access to resources. And look, all of these things at the end of the day look to benefit the bottom line of the project. We're an exploration project. Everybody knows that exploration projects are not without risk. And so when you're operating in this space, every dollar counts. And you want to maximise as much as possible shareholder value when you're looking to develop these projects and continue to invest capital to de-risk them. So to have the benefit of an existing workforce and existing critical gas infrastructure is quite meaningful to us.
Where to from here? Well-funded, great infrastructure, great location. What's the plan?
So we've, like we mentioned, we were successful and quite pleased to have raised the amount of money that we have, over $21.4 million. We're going to put that money towards this next, I described it as being the next bold phase of our appraisal program. We'll be the first company to drill a horizontal well into the Taroom Trough. And that hasn't been attempted before, despite there being various companies to look to characterise the resource across the trough and across the Bowen Basin. So that for us is quite exciting. We can draw on analogues in Australia, but more importantly from our neighbours in the US, as to how horizontal drilling or lateral wells in a play like this, a tight, unconventional play, is the next logical step in looking to produce potentially commercial flow rates. So that's the next big step for us.
Ready to take the big step, well-funded and a clear path. Exciting times ahead for Omega and its shareholders. Lauren, thanks for your time.
Thank you.